All right, guys. So I get waved down and pulled over by a cop. The license plate is missing. That is impoundable offense. He's telling me he's gonna have to tell me if I have nowhere to go. I have nobody to help me out with this situation. All of a sudden, he hands me the phone back. Give him 3,000 pesos. Turn off the camera. Give him 3,000 pesos. Hello everybody, so today's the day where JD and I will split for good. No, I'm going to Manila to meet my mom and my sister. They're coming from the US. Well, my sister's coming from Japan. And JD, I'm gonna leave JD here in Cebu by herself, and hopefully she's okay, guys. Yeah.
Yep. I'm about to drop Dana off at the airport, and then she's going to fly out, and I am going to drive back to our place in Delegate for a few days and then head over to Mobile. And Dana will update you on how things go in Manila.
Yeah, and she'll update you how things are going here in Cebu. Hopefully only good things. So
It's going to be great. Just kidding. I'm going to miss you a lot.
So stay tuned. This is another journey for us.
Is this your first time flying by yourself?
This is my first time flying, very first time by myself.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be. I'm kind of having like a little bit of butterflies, but I mean, when we fly together, I take care of everything anyway for two people. So how hard could this be? I'm only taking care of paperwork.
Well, she's going to have to carry her own bags this time. So it's...
Yes, that's right. On our way to the airport. It's a beautiful day. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with your family. I'll miss you for a few days, but then we have a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Yeah, it'll only be for 10 days, so.
Yeah. All right, so time check. It is now 11:30, and I don't board until like 11:45 or 1:45. So I think that gives me plenty of time, but I do have a check-in bag and stuff. And GD's gonna go back to Delegate, so that's about a 3 hour and a half drive for her. So we decided to go to the airport kind of early. Kind of excited because my first time flying by myself, and I get the very first seat. Our friend driver, Kuya Sid, is coming to pick me up. I don't land until like 3:40, so I should be out of the airport in Manila by like 4 p.m. So, and it's probably gonna be traffic at that time.
Yeah, it is Saturday.
Going to Taytay Rizal, so
gonna hit
pray
some
for
traffic.
me. Yeah, JD's gonna hit traffic. I'm gonna hit traffic. So by the time I get to Manila, she should be in Delegate.
Yeah, pretty much, actually.
I'm excited to see how life is without JD nowadays. You know, because we're together 24/7. I'm getting kind of sick of her. Actually, I just want to talk about a little bit about the airport here in Cebu. I feel like they have the best airport in the Philippines. What do you think, JD?
They have a very nice airport here. It's pretty organized too compared to some of the ones we've seen.
But I will show you guys the airport in just a second. So here we go. Manila.
And you're flying through
AirAsia.
Oh yeah, they're pretty. I do love this airport. I forgot which one it was, to be honest. We've been in a lot of airports lately.
Oh my god.
So this is a cool airport. Now that I realize which one we're at. Sometimes I just agree with Dana because she's like, you remember that one time 5 years ago that we did that one thing at that one place? I'm like, yeah. No, I don't at all. A lot of the time.
Yeah, just to top it off, one time we watched this movie. Lady Bird, was it?
It's Lady Bird, yeah.
Yeah, Lady Bird. She didn't remember. So I'm like,
But then I just started telling her I didn't remember just to...
I think you gotta go in the left right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, boo. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love you.
My girl off to ride the plane all by herself. Yeah, wait, cart. Oh, she's so cute. Bye, poop poop. Be safe. Love you. Alright guys, so I just have the phone on my little stand here because I'm in traffic here in Cebu City. Just dropped off Dana a little bit ago. I hope she does alright. She'll be fine on her first flight. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. I got a long drive ahead of me. It's a Saturday, so everybody's out and about. Lots to see. Yeah, that's about all that's happening in my life. But traffic's moving. I'll keep you updated.
Alright guys, so let's see. Dana and I just got this car, so we have temporary plates on right now, and what they give you is paper that they just tape on to the front and back of your car. Well, our front license plate fell off, and like where we're staying, there's no place to like print one off or whatever, but we're like, okay, well, we have the one on the back and we have the stickers and what have you. So when we got into the city yesterday, we ended up doing too much, so we were tired, so we were like, oh, we won't get one printed out today. We've been driving around, it's been fine, and we have the license plate on the back. Well, of course, as soon as I drop her off at the airport, I get waved down and pulled over by a cop. And first off, the license plate is missing, and that is impoundable offense and like $1,000 peso 1,000 pesos, and then the tow fee and blah blah blah. And he's telling me he's gonna have to tow me, and then he's like, okay, well, let me see your license. And I gave him my international license and my regular license, my US license, and because I haven't got my Philippines one yet. And he's like, let me see the registration for the car. Well, what we've been showing and using, and what the dealership told us was fine, is our receipt that we bought the car until they send us the registration, which it's been like 2 months and they haven't sent it, and we don't have the license plate yet. Dana's gonna go get those in Tai. And so I'm like, well, this is what I've been using. This is what we used to get on the ferry. This is what we use for all this stuff, because they're always checking our stuff, and it hasn't been an issue yet. It's the first cop who's pulled us over to ask for it. And he's like, nope, that's a impoundable offense too. And he's no. And I'm like, oh man, I'm giving him my sob story. I'm like, yeah, I'm not from here. This is my wife's car. It's under her name. We just bought it. They haven't sent us the registration yet. Like, we don't have it. And he's like, but it's been like 2 months. You should have it in like a week. I'm like, it's getting sent to her aunt up in Tai, her tita's, and she's gonna go up there. I just dropped her off. I have nowhere to go. I have nobody to help me out with this situation. Can you work with me? And he's like, no, this is impoundable. I'm gonna have to get the tow truck. And he's going back and forth. And I'm like, man, like literally, like I don't know what to do here. Is there anywhere I could just print out a new license plate for now? We're gonna get the registration. It's just being sent somewhere else. She's gonna have it. We're gonna have it soon. He's like, no. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call up the big guns, Dana, because she can it really well. So I call up Dana just to be like, of course, bleep that out. I got pulled over as soon as I dropped you off. She's like, oh, are you kidding me? So she talks to him for a little bit. I talked to him for a little bit, and she's explaining the situation. He's like, nope, we're gonna have to impound, gotta get it towed, blah, blah, blah. And we're going back and forth for about 10 minutes. And then finally I can hear him get a little quiet, and they're kind of laughing a little bit. She starts joking with him because that's what Dana does. She knows how to bullshit, right? Or BS, I should say. And so all of a sudden he hands me the phone back, and Dana says, I mean, I hate to say it, I'm not going to say I don't have any video of the cop's face. It's just kind of is what it is in countries like this. She's like, give him 3,000 pesos. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, just give him 3,000 pesos, turn off the camera, give him 3,000 pesos. I'm like, well, okay. So he starts to hand me back my international license, and it's kind of a folded piece of paper, and he's like, just put it in there. So I put it in there, and he took it back, asked me a couple more questions just to look like we were chatting back and forth. And he's like, okay, you can go. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much, sir. Okay, and it was just like, boom, done. So then I talked to Dana, and she's like, yeah, he just wanted money. And yeah, now I am headed straight to the SM Mall, where there is some sort of an art store or something, he said, or a copy store or something, that I can go get a new license plate, print it out, because I'm about to drive for 3 hours and I don't want to ever deal with that again. This is living in another country, and I knew better. That was my bad. I knew better. Dana doesn't want to leave me alone. So yeah, so that happened. That was fun and exciting. Like my first freaking 20 minutes on my own. But yeah, so good times had by all. I'm gonna go get a license plate and maybe a snack.
Kind of want ice cream.
Okay, bye.
All right, my peeps. So I am finally getting ready to leave the mall, and it is 2:40. Had to check 3 different places to find a place to print out paperwork off my phone, but everybody's super helpful. It's just a really big mall. So I got that done. Went to another store, bought some tape. So I taped the crap out of that printed out license plate and the one in the back. And then yeah, it's a Saturday in the Philippines, and I'm at a very, very large mall. And if anybody out there knows me, that's my own private hell. But that's okay, because everybody's very nice and it needed to happen. So it was very busy. It's interesting finding a parking spot as usual, but it's okay. Everything's fine. Didn't have to go sit and wait around for my car. But come to find out, I don't need to have that license plate. Dana called the Geely place where we got our car, and the guy said, you basically got duped because you're white. So the license plate missing was their excuse to pull me over. There's a one thing about the Philippines is the corruption really sucks, guys. Like, there's corrupt people in the US, don't get me wrong. We have huge trust issues with our police as well. But it's just so blatant here that they'll just kind of hem and haw. So that's frustrating, because they're supposed to be the people you go to when you need help and the people you can trust and ask questions to, but apparently you cannot. Because I have that sticker. There's stickers on your cars here. It's a yellow sticker that's on the front and the back, and I have the temporary on the back still. So I'm covered, I'm fine. As for the registration that they said I didn't have, the car is registered. And the fact that I have the receipt for it should have been enough, from what our dealership friend was telling us. So basically, the guy saw a white person, had a reason to pull me over, and then wiggled it out to where I had to give him 3,000 pesos, which sucked. But now, because I don't know the rules of the roads here, and I didn't have a front license plate on, and he was looking for a specific piece of paper that says it's a registration, not just, and I'm like, yo, I don't have one of those. He showed me a picture of what it should look like. Didn't have it. So luckily Dana worked her magic, but apparently he couldn't have impounded the car anyways, because they weren't impoundable offenses. So now I know, and now I printed off some paperwork that further proves that the car is ours. Got the fake license plate on the front, and yeah, so that really sucked. Took up all my day just about. Well, it's only 2:45. What are you gonna do? Got another 3 hours to drive on a Saturday in the Philippines. So that's cool, but it's all good in the hood because I got some bubble tea. Thought I'd treat myself since it's gonna be a long ride. And yeah, I'm glad Dana didn't have to cancel her flight and come get me at the impound place. It could have been a lot worse. Shouldn't have happened, but here we are in the Philippines. Always an adventure. Luckily, I don't really have a schedule at all, so I just get to drive now. And just, yeah, call people if you don't know what's going on, if you get pulled over, for sure. So I'm very grateful Dana called the car place, but unfortunately it was too late. But you know, $60 is only $60, and I didn't ruin my whole day. So, well, I mean, the mall's a lot better than an impound lot. Let's give it that. But yeah, always an adventure. Here we go. Ready for a drive.
I'm so mad right now.
Now, we were obviously heated at the moment, and we have a lot of love for the Philippines, but we can't help but to be a bit disappointed. Regardless, we realize at the end of the day that obviously not all cops swindle, and not only foreigners experience these types of behavior from what we have heard from our Filipino friends and family. We put up this video not to scare you away from the Philippines, but as a reminder that things like these are inevitable when you travel, and these types of things have happened to us in other countries, and not just by cops. It's important to remain calm and collective, and hopefully you can talk it out with them without ever escalating the situation any further. We see the Philippines has been working so hard at getting corruption under control, and we do not disregard their efforts. We want tourists to come to the Philippines and experience its beautiful people and places. Hopefully some people realize that we need to do better and not give the country a bad name if we want foreigners and its own citizens to feel safe. With that being said, we still love the Philippines and can't wait to discover more of your wonderful country.